What is up, guys, and welcome to our first episode of, online locals. Today we are doing a best of one, and our first match is a match with Emmy, and he is playing Andrew. So the format is best of 3, and we have Frost Tiger Heavy Armor form with extra spice on Emmy's side versus Ira. So Emmy has just played a battery ball. In the first turn. Was the alt-art version of Burning Force that destroyed his volcanic canyon. That is a Dino Man. So Dino Man is a level 3 when there's only 2 spirits on his field, so that'll be a 6k attacker or blocker. He's now set a burst as well. Opting to pass turn, leaving the defending creature up. That might have been a good opportunity to poke damage there, but at the same time, maybe he wants to play a slow game with Ira and build into the big control. Battery Ball as a level 2 effect that it cannot be destroyed by effects from the opponent. And Emmy has opted to play a second one. Very decent new card, also using the Evangelion alt arts for that. So right now both players they seem to be playing quite reserved. Another Dino Man. Classic Dino Man duo. Name a more iconic duo from set 1. So he's paid 3. That's Ancient Draw SPR. Very nice artwork. That's not good. That is 3 cards to the bottom that he would have liked. So that card essentially draws you 2 cards, and then checks the top 3 for any card with Ascend, and then they get added to your hand. But unfortunately he did not hit, so they all went to the bottom at a random order of his choice. And now he is choosing to aggress, and Emmy will take that life down to 4 lives. Now the turn has been passed. Interesting poke damage there. And let's see how Emmy progresses his board. Emmy at the moment will be attempting to set up shop, try and mitigate as much loss as possible. Obviously, red is very good with clearing the board. Volcanic Canyon getting taken away early game has definitely scuppered Emmy's game plan, but he's gonna try and draw through his deck. He has just paid 4 for a Star Bless from hand. Now setting a burst. I'd say at this early point that we're probably looking at a Dream Bomb there, or potentially another Star Bless draw, which he'll hope to trigger with something from the red arsenal. They're saying that there isn't too many when summons popularly used in red at the moment. However, if Emmy was to lay down another Nexus, Andromeda would be a good choice. So Andrew choosing to attack. No plays. Let's see if Emmy takes the hit. Emmy goes down to 3 life. Andrew kindly putting down a dice to signify how much life he has. Very kind of him. Ooh, so definitely one of the best cards in the game. Elephant has been played. Only 1 core on it, so no refresh effect currently. But that is the way I've always seen Elephant with white control strategies. Is the first one stabilizes you when it dies, and then the second one wins you the game. So Emmy's definitely looking like he's in the driver's seat at the moment, but we've got to remember that Ira is always he's always there ready to pounce and just completely wipe the board. But one thing that's great about Elephant in that situation is that interesting choice of card, Hippocampo. Yeah, if the Elephant dies in this situation right now, Emmy would actually draw 3 cards, which would definitely help. Ooh, interesting. So choosing to swing with the Hippo. Will Emmy block? Something tells me there is shenanigans at play. A block with battery ball. Okay, so opting to use that as a kind of a trap, I guess, into swing Dynaman into the Elephant, and then a 6k swing. I guess trying to push Emmy into the danger zone, try and get him down to 2 life, and then that way, you know, if he's got Ira, which I guess swinging like this would signify that he's got in that kind of position. So yeah, that's an ice shield for Emmy, so he will go back to 3 life. There's 5 cards in hand for Andrew as the turn gets passed. So yeah, no, I mean, my prediction is that he's made this play. He's sacrificed these creatures because he plans to use Ira next turn, which would wipe his own stuff anyway. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like he's trying to push Emmy to 2 life in order to have him on Fatal. Emmy's now cored up on the Elephant in order to have the refresh step at the end of his battle phase, and that's interesting. A 0 cost Fire Elemental into another Star Blessed draw, increasing Emmy's hand size, and he's filtering through to just look for his win cons. Emmy making a good observation, asking how many cores are in play on Andrew's side. So he has chosen to swing with Elephant. Andrew has taken that life. a swing with battery ball. Andrew will take the life. And they are 3 lives apiece now. And Emmy passes turn, which has activated the refresh step on the elephant. So interesting, Andrew now, he has, I think, around 12 cores. So let's see what kind of play he has in mind. Emmy with no burst set. Which could be an open opportunity for some aggression here from Andrew's side. If he can take out the elephant, it would be favourable, although Emmy seeing 3 extra cards is potentially very difficult. So he's paying 3 to play Big Bang Energy. Okay, so that reduces all the costs of Drought Dragon. Has played for 1 because he has 5 reduction and only costs 3 now. A little bit Emmy just asking for the ruling, but yeah, so Drought Worm has its reduction fulfilled in this scenario because it's a free cost. It would be played for free. Yep, as I expected, the Ira play. So he will wipe the board there. So he will draw 3, and now Emmy will get 3 cores and 3 cards. The question is does Emmy have an answer for Ira here? Otherwise he will be put down to 1 damage, which could be problematic. My guess would be that Emmy will have a Dream Bomb. He has drawn a significant amount of cards in this game. But you never know, heart the cards. Star Bless being replaced. Hippocampo being played. He's going to swing with the Hippocampo in order to try and gain an extra life. Emmy weighing up his decision now. 5 cards in Andrew's hand. I'm pretty sure Emmy has a significant amount more. And there is the Dream Bomb. And he has sent Ira back to the hand. Alright, and he will actually take the damage, which is going to put Andrew back up to 4 and Emmy down to 2. Which is quite a decent swing. And he is now passing the turn to Emmy. Now Emmy is in a bit of a pickle here. He does have a lot of energy and a big hand. However, he has 0 board presence and 2 life. My guess is that he will try and play a Mecha Beast to gain that life. And yeah, because playing a Tiger isn't really a very good prospect for him currently, because he doesn't have the Ascend target on field. But yeah, let's see how he's weighing up his options now. Let's see how he approaches this game. And it's a pretty even match at the moment. It's hard to predict who's going to be the winner. Emmy going down to 2 life obviously puts him in a position where he's on Fatal. Emmy also weighing up how many cores Andrew has defensively. So he has 3 cores currently available to him. Obviously with 4 life, that will put him in a position to activate his Ice Shield when he loses 1 more life. if he gets double striked by the heavy tiger or another card. So he's rebuilding his board from scratch here. He's starting off with a Newman City Nexus. This gives a reduction of 3 to any machine beast over the cost of 6. And there you have it. Another iconic duo from set 1. We have the elephant being played. Emmy opting to put 4 cores on it. This is definitely a pretty awkward situation because an Iris swing would potentially be fatal here, although Emmy will have a lot of cores to play with. So Emmy opting to lay some aggression down, and that is going to be taken. So he's down to 3. And refresh step and pass. And Andrew begins his turn. So Emmy knows that Andrew has Ira in hand. The question is does he have an ascend target? Because you need a cost 4 or more spirit. But let's find out. So the format for this locals is standard, 50-minute rounds, best of 3, with 5 minutes overtime. We're currently just 18 minutes into round 1 here. Andrew opting to play Volcanic Canyon. Both players sort of reverting back to early game strategy here midway through the game, which is an interesting switch of speed considering both players have played fairly aggressively. Be interesting to see if he can somehow play Ira here. Okay, Meteor. So he's swinging in with Meteor Seagworm, activating the when attack effect to draw a card. The level 3 effect that's not active, the card will gain confront if there is a Seagworm in the drop. So no flash from Emmy there. Oh no, I'm sorry, he will flash, and that will be Inescapable Avalanche, which returns the card to the hand. Obviously this kind of tempo is what white thrives on. So Andrew may struggle to close this game out due to not having a wide enough board to do so. Emmy's definitely stabilised. I think he needs to gain a life here to get out of Fatal, which I believe he will do now. He has the reduction to pay 4. If he does have it in hand, Aegis will be played this turn. I'm quite surprised. I mean, he might have played it last turn actually if he had it in hand, so potentially he hasn't hit the card. It might not even be in his deck either, to be honest. I'm just speculating as it's a white control staple. Yeah, at the moment I'd say this is a fairly close-cut game, but Emmy in reality, he has a lot of cards in hand. He's playing another elephant here. Trying to kind of mitigate Ira, I guess, is his thought here. Like, he's expecting Ira to come down. If Ira comes down now, then Emmy will draw 6 and ramp 6, which is, gonna basically put him into the answers. There's also a chance that he could play Tiger here, which would be very, very powerful. Obviously Tiger cannot be destroyed by Ira. or Iris effect, should I say. Okay, so that is Ancient Draw. So he paid 5 for that. Obviously, he's going to have a refresh step. That's 1, 2, 2 targets hit with the Ascend. So he has now hit Tiger and he has hit Nova, which, talking of life gain, there's not a better card in the game. So Emmy choosing to swing into life. Try and put the pressure on Andrew here. Choosing to block with Hippocampo. So Hippocampo will die, and then Emmy will continue to put the pressure on, most likely forcing Andrew to hit his Ice Shield here, which we know has replaced the Starblast Draw. That's a Dream Bomb. He will still get the refresh step though. And then we're going to Andrew's turn now. So he draws 2 for Canyon, and he's got to discard a card from his hand, discarding a second Canyon. I may have opted to play the Canyon there, depending on, I don't know what Andrew's hand is, but if I need to start seeing answers and see them quickly, then having a free strong draw at the start of every turn is pretty potent. So we got another Ancient Draw. Oh, he needed that. 3 defensive spells to the bottom. That is, I would say, potentially game over. That they were a lot of his outs that he needed to get through. He could have used all of those cards, to be quite honest. But let's see what he has planned here. He could still take the game. Another big bang. Very nice artwork from the LA convention. Meteor. So Ira could win the game here. It just really depends on Emmy's. Yeah. So now I guess Andrew's rolling the dice. He's hoping that Emmy doesn't have a bounce spell. Chances are he does. I think he's only used 2 in this game so far. Oh, and that's going to be a Starblast draw, so that's going to be another 4 cards. So that's a 7 card draw. I mean, the chances of Emmy not hitting something good here are pretty slim. That was a massive swing in power. So he's swinging for game here, and Emmy has Inescapable Avalanche as expected from his 20 card hand. So, yeah, unsurprisingly, unable to close the game. Nonetheless, a good effort. But unfortunately, Emmy has drawn through his deck very hard. 7 cards in hand for Andrew, which isn't actually too shabby at this moment. Although we did see 3 defensive spells hit the bottom of the deck. So Emmy just needs to now navigate finishing this game out. We know that Andrew has an Ice Shield set, so the game isn't over by any means. But I would assume that Emmy has everything he needs to close this game. Oh, and Emmy is opted to go into Siegworm, resetting his life back to 5 at the cost of his soul core. This game may well go the distance of the whole 50 minutes. We are 27 minutes through so far, and Emmy has just reset his life. Really depends on Andrew's side, although Andrew also has his soul core still available, so chances are he will reset his life. And yeah, now we're in a kind of a race, I guess, to finish. Like, there's nothing to wait for anymore. Emmy's got probably most likely every option. There's the third. Oh no, his elephant got bounced back, so we knew that he had that in hand. But that will give him an added layer to start laying it on thick with the aggression. So Nova has gone up to level 2. His effect isn't relevant at the moment, but it's added BP just in case of shenanigans. Pretty sure this is going to be a immediate ice shield. Oh, the elephant has gone back to the hand, which is actually a great play here. Although saying that, Emmy is on 5 life, but it is a very decent tempo play. He will no longer get the refresh step at the end of turn, but Emmy's still trying to. Emmy's choosing to swing with the elemental as well. He's sticking to his guns. And that is an ice shield, putting him back to 2 life. So he is now in fatal. We know for sure that Emmy has multiple double symbols. Andrew is clutching at straws here. Closing the game is practically going to be impossible, I think, at this point, and he should probably opt in a tournament setting to go to game 2. Emmy wants the game to go as long as possible at this point, being a white control player. He knows that if he, in a competitive sense, there's Burning Force. In a competitive sense, if he wins the first game in 35 minutes or so, 20 minutes is very difficult for red to get through white in that short space time, unless they go fully aggressive. But I think Ira and the new form of red is actually a bit more of a mid-rangey, slower pace, because they're trying to push to late game, control their life loss, and then hit big bang. Yeah, I think Andrew's probably just like on the back foot at this point. Emmy probably looking to play Tiger here and just finish the game, because Tiger has armor white, so it is going to be the elephant again though. And he's playing 2, sorry, because he's got 2 reduction for another Starbless draw. And he's swinging in with elephant. I think that's going to be an instant ice shield, I imagine. So that is ice shield number 3 that we've seen in this game. He did put one to the bottom of the deck, so Andrew definitely running on fumes in this game. So we'll be looking at game 2 for Emmy, I should think. Game 1 for Emmy, heading into game 2. The issue Andrew has here now is that Emmy has board control with Siegworm, so whatever gets played is likely to die. And yeah, I mean, at this point it's game over, because Siegworm will instantly fry the eagle, and all Emi has to do is swing twice, I believe. There might be a he might need to go wide to avoid getting hit with Form Prison, because we know that he has that as he's bottom decked one. That for me is the only way I see him surviving, and that's if Emi doesn't play a fourth spirit. If I was Emi, I would probably try and go wide here to avoid because that is really the only way that he will survive, is if Emi swings in with one card and gets Form Prisoned. So we've got a Dustworm, I think. So the canyon is destroyed. Emi is swinging in for game here. That is a declared block. Yep, as expected, the Form Prison has come down. Andrew will live to fight another day here. The block obviously has mitigated the 1 damage. Like ideally Emi wanted to swing with the Sea Worm there to clear the board, and then this would have been game. Small misstep, but I don't think it's going to make a significant difference to the outcome of the game. If anything, it probably is actually favourable for Emi, because it makes the game last another turn, or 2 turns in fact. If I was Andrew, I would probably push to go to game 2 now, even with that little clutch save. Okay, so yeah, as expected, he has released the game, so we go to game 2. Alright, so heading into round 2. And Andrew has chosen to go first and keep his cards. And he starts with the familiar, the staple play in red. Pay 3 for the Dino Man. 6k stalwart defense. Very, very good. Currently 13 minutes remaining on the round. So yeah, I would say that there's a heavy advantage in the favour of Emi right now, and Andrew really needs to just aggress as quickly as possible in order to get a win. I honestly think this will end up in a timeout. We do have 18 minutes left though. So he's gone straight into the attack step, bearded eagle down. And that is a draw card for the elemental. And he's choosing to swing with Dynaman. Choosing to aggress early, which with this amount of time left in the round is probably the right strategy, I would say. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you are watching this, guys, I am now basically hosting a online locals, and I'll be trying to get footage every now and again so we can put some matches up for you guys in tournament format with the timer and everything. And yeah, basically white control, pretty much displaying what it's best at, controlling the game. He's going to be very difficult to beat in the next 16 minutes. The players are trying to play a bit quicker than normal in order to get the game in. So Emmy's choosing to pass, who plays a snow bit. He's trying to mitigate damage, get a few draws. He does have a best set, which I think at this stage of the game would probably, the best card would be Dream Bomb. So what I imagine is going to happen here is that Emmy will take the damage and then he will Dream Bomb the Hippocampo back to hand. Oh, or I am incorrect. Trying to be a mind reader. So he's swinging in with Dynaman for 2k here. So yeah, Emmy will choose to trade with the snow bet. And they will trade, which allows Emmy to draw. And then 2k blessed, which Emmy is going to have to take there. And that has put Andrew up to 6 life, which is awkward because I do not have a 6th marker. But you can imagine a 6th marker there. So Andrew, very nice start here. Emmy has been put in a good position, but if Andrew does have an answer for, say, a big body like Dream Bomb or something, or Fawn Prison, then he might be in a good position to aggress through. Emmy is playing the Aegis here, which may set off a Star Blessed draw here. So that's a gain of life. I believe Emmy's hand will be more full than 4, so he will not draw a card. So yeah, 6 cards, and that is now a pass from Emmy. Emmy just trying to stabilize at this point because the aggression is pretty high. If Andrew can go wide, he might be able to trigger that Ice Shield. But Andrew is lacking cards in hand at only 5. He's choosing just to swing with what he has on board. Oh, and there is a Fawn Prison as expected. So Emmy will go back down to 2 life. Sorry, I didn't put you back up. And that's 7 life for Andrew. And then a 5k swing, which will hit the Ice Shield. Oh, Emmy going down to 1 life there. That would signify to me that he does have another Aegis in hand to play, to put him back on 2 life, which is a very pro level play. It allows you to, you know, basically save an Ice Shield really. So yeah, Emmy putting the cores out. Andrew expecting to be punished for his aggression right now. So Emmy he's playing a battery ball. Okay, so not the Aegis I was expecting. So Andrew might actually have a chance here to get through. Although Emmy could still play an Aegis here, he does have the mana for it. The cores. And he has opted to pass. So Andrew does have the opportunity here to try and close this game 2 out very quickly, which would then lead us into a game 3 stalemate. Andrew, to be fair, has played this absolutely correctly. Obviously in game 1 he didn't know that he was playing against white control, so it made it difficult to make the choice. However, okay, so opting to go wide, Emmy has at the moment 7 cores on the field. The level 2 effect is active on Seagworm, Aegis, which will mean when it is arrested, he will bounce 1 creature back to hand. So that will be most likely the hippo. So he has awakened his cores on Seagworm in order to get the draw. Emmy considering his flash options, and he has dream bombed the Seagworm back to hand, which will end the turn for Andrew. That's probably a very important card there for Emmy, because it's allowed him to hang on. There is only 4.5 minutes remaining in the round. If we're still on game 1, Emmy will take the round. So that's a burning force to the volcanic canyon. We have and that's a pass here. Andrew has seemingly run out of steam, I believe. That Aegis managing to help Emmy hang on and stabilize at 1 life. Emmy at this point will be in survival mode. He will be just trying to stay alive for the next 3.5 minutes in order to take the game on time. Obviously it's not the best outcome, but it's kind of the way of the beast in tournament play. Emmy using Ancient Draw, and he hits 1 ascend already, so really nice to even get 1 card, so that's a plus. It's a huge plus immediately. Ira is a pretty good hit in this position, which will allow Emmy to wipe the board next turn if he so chooses. And Emmy choosing to pass. No reason to put aggression on at this point. Andrew would be best served if he could just, I guess the best play, Ancient Draw isn't a good sign. It's not bad. An Ira for an Ira. Ira for an Ira, eye for an eye. Only 2 minutes left on the clock here, so it's definitely time is on Emmy's side. Second Ancient Draw there, and he has now passed back to Emmy. We're now 1 minute 40 remaining on the round, so it's looking like white control is going to take this one. Emmy managing to stabilize on 1 life. But yeah, we'll continue to watch the game until the time runs out. But yeah, thanks all for checking it out, guys. We will be uploading more games from this pre-release local. So yeah, keep watching. And if you enjoyed it, give us a comment and like. If you want to play as well, the locals will be open internationally. Postage is subject to where you live, and we can work out things where you get it posted once a month or whatever to make it more worth your while. But if you want to come and play with some of the best players in Europe, definitely consider our online locals. Monday nights at 7 PM GMT, which would be sort of middle of the day, 2 PM Eastern, midday for our friends on the West Coast. If you are interested, just feel free to message me or message the YouTube channel. Emmy bringing the big Ira play down. He's wiping his own board there just to draw cards. This is kind of a flex, if anything, because we are down to the last 10 seconds. So drawing a lot of cards there. So yeah, Emmy wins this round, and yeah, great match. So yeah. So yeah, we will see you all next time, guys, and thanks for watching.